loading. There we go.
Hey, that's so loud.
We did already determine that these are really, really loud.
Oh, did our titles not update? That's a bummer.
That is a bummer.
Oh, no, it says they updated. I don't know.
We never know what's going on.
We're still in like the same chat, so hopefully everything's good.
And here's
Good
Lori.
morning. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to us.
Look at all these cute balloons.
online?
We are.
We are online, yeah, because it's 10.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll put this on the outside then.
That's what I'm like. I'm going to go online and check and make sure we're online.
Well, happy birthday to us. It is our 47th birthday.
47th
Just
birthday.
crazy to think you
Right?
guys weren't even alive.
Nope.
I don't say thank God, but.
One of my good friends, though, it's his 47th birthday.
Oh, seriously?
Or yesterday was.
That's nice. Happy
Is it-
birthday,
is
good
today
friend.
our birthday or yesterday was our birthday?
Technically yesterday.
Okay, I was going to say. I
But
look like a
we
unicorn with it
celebrate-
straight out of my head.
The entire month.
Yes, we do. So our big birthday sale kicked off yesterday, right? Yeah, yesterday. We have 30% off going on right now, which is kind of amazing.
That's why we're a little, thank goodness there's not like a smellometer here. Because we've been out in the sweaty warehouse.
We talked last week about our sweet Melissa, who comes out and rounds us up like some unruly toddlers and has us come in and reminds us that we have to stop boxing things.
Also threw us a birthday party.
She did.
Oh, and decorated. Oh, that looks cute too.
Isn't
Look
it
at behind
cute?
us.
I know, and she got cupcakes.
Yes. Should smash it in your face for all the grief you've given me this morning.
Somebody, okay, but I don't think I was the one who mentioned that we would have
it was for sure you.
I think it might have been me, actually.
I think it was
okay.
definitely
I
Brennan.
think I said we should have a birthday
All
cake.
morning, Patty's been like, cake. Are we having cake?
And I
Where's
finally
our
got
cake?
to the point of annoying Lori to death where she says, if we get a cake, I'm going to smash it in your face.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'm not going to ask anymore. And Melissa went across the street to Aldi's and got us some more cupcakes.
Little cupcakes.
Little cupcakes.
But,
so.
I mean, 47 years is pretty a big deal, especially thinking where the coffee was when Julius and Joanne first started.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was all grocery. Everybody got their coffee at the grocery store.
And it
was-
came in a can? It was
Yeah,
freeze-dried?
It was freeze-dried.
Instant coffee.
Instant coffee
can't
makes
even
me
imagine.
sad.
It does.
In some European countries, though, they drink a lot of freeze-dried coffee.
I don't want to go there then.
But not like Italy. Like, I had fabulous coffee in Italy.
Yeah, like I don't want to do that.
So we are on third generation
Yep.
Shaws. So Britain is
There goes my
one
hat.
of those. Third generation Shaws. But, I mean, really hats off. Julius and Joanne. Joanne graduated from high school, got married, had kids right away. And
Like twisted.
is it in there? And started a coffee service business, and then they grew it into, they opened a store, and then they decided to franchise after they'd opened several stores, and really pretty remarkable.
She was one of the
Story.
first people to come up with like specialty coffee drinks too, right?
yeah.
Like I know she'll talk about like making the recipe for the hot spice peonies. I think she said she came up with it on a sick day, right?
I think she didn't feel well, and she was home, so she was tinkering in the kitchen because she can't sit still.
I'm sorry, Joanne, but when I'm sick, I'm in bed.
So
I'm Netflixing. Of course, I guess this was the 70s and there was no Netflixing then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine her having a lot of chill.
And she doesn't have a lot of, she's got...
she's a go-getter,
She's
and
a
she had
go-getter.
to be. I mean,
Yeah.
She likes to
they
keep
they
pretty
didn't
busy.
have, they put everything on the line. I think that's one of the things that fascinates me is they put everything on the line like again and again and again and again, like their house.
Yeah.
It was like do or die.
Yeah. There's an article or an interview that she did, and she was talking about when they wanted to franchise for the first time or open a store, and when they went to Dearborn, and it was like this big, beautiful mall that was opening, and I think they said, like, you have champagne taste and a beer budget, but they figured it out and made it work. And that's a pretty cool story, like to be kind of like on the starting end of malls and watch them grow.
Yeah, for
Almost.
sure.
Rip.
When I think it was a defining moment when they decided to roast their own coffee, because
Yes.
originally they didn't roast their own coffee.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
No,
I
I
guess
guess
start
I think it was
somewhere.
10 years in, because roasters are $1.5 million.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
And then the company has been so fortunate along the way that people have invested in it and believed in it,
Mm-hmm.
because like our decaffeinated company, as we get at SWP, they got a new roaster, and they actually gave the old roaster to the company.
That's what I
so
suspected.
nice.
We are not getting our comments.
Oh,
Bill said happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Hey.
But I don't
Thanks,
know
Bill.
How to
make-
refresh it?
Yeah, without like breaking everything.
We tell the story about our roaster though that we got from SWP because it is a cool story.
So the roaster is a German roaster. It was a Probat, an awesome roaster, but from World War II, very ancient.
Remember when? Well,
I call her Betsy.
I can't say remember when because we weren't around then, but we've
Do
heard
we have to
about.
start over?
We may have just lost it.
Okay. We'll pretend that we're talking. We don't know if we are.
No, I don't think we are. Oh,
Okay.
maybe we're back. I don't know.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
We don't know if
Well, we like
we're
lost
live.
all our
little
stream,
chat.
but no, we just got that, so I'm pretty
Okay.
sure we lost it.
Okay. Well, we were talking about our roaster that we
We
got.
lost
from the
it
We're
now,
Giggles.
or we're
live
live.
now.
Okay.
We're
So
just live again.
Yes.
So the roaster, Probat, a very good roaster, but it's a German roaster. And during World War II, when it was actually hidden
They were
because they
rationing,
melted everything down. So
Yeah.
is that our delay?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to. There's
Oh,
Okay,
there
there
we
we
go.
are.
Okay.
Thank
Perfect.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Weird.
Yeah.
Now we can see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was only there were only 2 of these roasters in the entire world, and ours was the only one that was actually working. But the directions and everything were in German. So when they got the roaster, they paid to ship. We paid to ship it here. I
From
guess.
Canada, right?
Yeah, from Canada. And I wasn't around then. They didn't ship it from Germany. It's from Canada. And then they had a driveway, and they just put the pieces out. And I guess it looked like an airplane crash site. And they had to, like, figure out how to put it together.
I would not be mechanically minded enough to do that. I would not know how to put those pieces together.
Yeah, and they didn't have Logan.
Yeah,
This Logan
yeah.
would have
I
been
don't know
helpful.
who figured that
I
out.
think Kevin's
but,
pretty
yeah.
good at that stuff, too.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that they had, they were good problem solvers.
Yeah, that's a cool story, though. You know, to have that nice old roaster.
So what are we doing for our birthday?
We have lots of fun stuff, but right now we have Joe's birthday sale going on, which is 30% off.
Which
and
is one of our biggest
that
ever.
is our biggest
Yeah.
sale
Yeah.
outside of Black Friday. So
So
stock
take
up.
advantage.
Yeah.
There's no better time
We've been
to buy.
pulling some coffee. You guys have been getting some coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's was yesterday, today,
And
tomorrow.
they get the birthday
Oh
scratch
yeah,
off
and you get
in
the
it.
birthday scratch offs in your order. So you'll scratch off your card and you'll have some sort of offer redeemable in September.
Nice.
And then next week
We have $16 mystery mugs.
we're gonna do the mystery mugs. So those
Yes.
nice Yeti mugs, and they'll be filled with
Goodies?
stuff.
Yeah. Vicky was back there doing. She's like, "We're putting all this stuff in these. These are really nice." I'm like, "I know, Vicky. They are really nice.
Keep stuffing.
Yep.
Keep stuffing. See how much more you can fit in there."
Yep. And then we're going to do I think the $47.
No, before that
Oh,
is
no,
doubling
double
orders.
trouble.
Okay, that's my favorite one
That one is
because
fun.
like you can have your entire order doubled. And I know last year we were like super generous. Like somebody ordered 6 Jamaican Blue Mountain and we doubled that. That was insane.
Well, and we
Because-
kind of don't look before we pick
Yeah,
them.
we just pick
Yeah.
orders. We don't know what they are.
Yeah.
And then whatever it is,
yeah,
it gets doubled.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
awesome. So that's a really cool time to order. So that's the third weekend.
I would love that sale.
I
Like,
know,
can you
right?
imagine like ordering makeup or something and they're like, oh, we're just
Yeah.
going to double your order.
I love the people who don't realize that we're doing it, and then we'll get a message from the really honest, sweet people. They're like, I don't know if you know this, but like you gave me a
Well,
lot
we
of extra
started
stuff.
putting cards in the orders to try to help with that.
Yeah, people were confused, but I mean, how fun to get like extra stuff. You know,
Sure.
I love that.
And then the next week is the mystery crate.
$47
so there'll
mystery
be
bundles.
$47 mystery bundles.
Yep.
And the value, we don't know the value, but it will definitely be more than that.
Yes.
And
yeah.
then at different orders, they get their little special surprises for our legends. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And the bundles
I
are
did
nice.
a 50 order one today.
That's fun.
So I like
The
that.
bundles will be nice because you'll actually be able to choose if you want regular decaf,
Oh,
Or
nice.
coffee, or K-cups.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
So we'll
That's
have 4
nice.
different versions.
So then they
available.
definitely get what kind of coffee.
Yeah,
that you want.
like the mystery
Yeah.
mugs will be anything.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be ground coffee if
Okay.
there's coffee in there.
Okay.
We won't put K-cups in because you're not Keurig.
Yeah.
That's pretty useless.
Yeah, that would not be fun.
Yeah.
And then we
So-
have one final
And then
one.
the last one will be another percentage off, but it
Yeah.
won't be 30%.
No, it'll be
So
like the
yeah,
last
take
like, 3
advantage.
days.
This is like like twice a year sale biggest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we will not run the sale again until
Yeah.
Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So you've got a while. So stock
Yeah.
up for 6 months.
Yeah, I love our August sale. It's super fun.
And how the subscription coffee is going really quick, right? The ice cream.
The regular 12 ounce, I believe, is gone.
Yeah.
And then most of the regular K-Cups are pretty much gone.
Nice.
So there's some decaf left, which our decaf is fabulous. So if you didn't get the regular, I would still snag a bag of decaf.
If you want to taste it,
It
yeah, the
tastes the
flavor
same.
profile is very, very similar. And which has changed. I mean, remember like maybe 10, 12
Yeah.
years ago, there was a pronounced difference between our decaf coffee and our regular coffee. And what they figured out is because they heat the beans up to release the caffeine, that the water didn't have to be so hot. So they realized they could do it less. So then, because the beans used to come to us and they almost looked roasted, but now they just look like normal beans. In fact, some people at first were trying to give them back to them and saying, but they're not caffeinated. They're not a different color.
They're not decaffeinated, yeah.
So it makes the profile much, much closer than it used to be.
Right. And I think people who buy like decaf from like other companies that don't use the Swiss water process, there is a not great
funky
taste.
taste,
But the
yeah.
great thing about our decaf is that it tastes like regular coffee.
Oh, I've had to drink decaf coffee, and it's been miserable. Like the aftertaste and
Not
the
ours,
weird
though. Yeah.
flavors. In other people's, when I'm traveling and I can't get our coffee, I was horrified.
I won't do it.
It made me realize how
Yeah,
good
I
our
just don't
coffee is.
have it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to pretend like I was having a latte or something, and it was disgusting. And it was at a pretty national brand.
My uncle gave me some. He's like, "Oh, try my coffee," and I was just like, "I can't. I
know.
I know."
No, thank
And
you.
guess what?
We
you're
just
getting for
saw that, like
Christmas this
people
year?
who have had stores like many years ago, like 15 years ago, are still buying coffee.
Of course, because we said that this morning
We
too,
did.
right? Like if we couldn't get our coffee anymore, if we didn't work here anymore, we would still want to order it because it would make me sad to
That's
not
what
have
I'm
it.
like. There's nothing.
No,
like it.
anytime
I don't think.
I travel, like I travel with my full coffee pot because I don't want to not have my coffee.
And we do try other people's coffee, especially people who have some interesting flavored coffees.
Oh man,
And it's like, oh.
you guys, I'm sorry you're not doing it right.
And some of it was, I remember somebody mentioned it because it was like $2 or $3 cheaper.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, of course it is. It's a horrible coffee.
Yeah, Lori
The
ordered
base coffee is
a pack
horrible.
of it, and I was like, "Oh, these flavors sound really good." And she's like, "Okay,
eating a
brew
cupcake,
them."
a cupcake.
I'm
And I did,
starving.
and I'm like, "Oh, I wish we hadn't."
I know.
I still have some in my office. I don't know why.
And then you hit that flavor note at the end. You're like,
Yeah, well, that's the difference when you flavor not great coffee, and that's where flavored coffee will sometimes get that bad rap, right? Because people think you're taking bad coffee and covering it with flavoring, whereas we don't do that, and that's why people like our coffee.
I
Yeah.
did, though. We had a comment this week about one of the coffees they said had like some cherry undernotes. And I just want to mention that sometimes the base coffee
Yes.
can have some
can.
flavor notes in it that you might not be expecting. It won't be like
when it was
drinking
funny
Michigan
because
cherry,
our
but-
roast master Logan tasted the coffee and said this is actually a phenomenal cup of coffee because it developed those notes. But you know, because they can have chocolate undernotes, they can have blueberry, cherry,
Citrus, sugar,
grass.
Yeah.
I mean, different
berry.
undernotes.
The Kenyan is
Yeah,
that
and
berry
every
one.
crop's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And every crop has a different moisture
are
content,
good.
so it needs to be roasted differently.
I like that you're just having your cake. I
I'm
like it.
starving. I was going to eat a protein bar before this, and I didn't get to.
We were out like packing
like,
orders
shaky.
till
I'm
like
so
2
hungry.
minutes before.
Yeah,
it
that
was
is
like
true.
running in.
That is true. We've got carts and carts and carts. So thank you. We're very excited
Yeah,
to
we
have those
appreciate it.
orders. And we'll be sending those out all day.
So, how's karate going?
Oh my gosh. Karate is the
I have to come see him do karate. Dallas is doing karate. He's 4.
He's 4. So he's in a class called Little Dragons, and it's like, I don't know, 4 to 8-year-olds or
First
something.
of all, little dragons, that's adorable.
His uniform is huge on him. It is the funniest thing ever. So he's like pulling up his pants the whole time. He's
Oh yeah,
already
he's got
pretty
nothing
little.
to
Yeah.
hold it up.
And it cracks me up because at the beginning of class, they have them line up by rank, but they don't know their rank. So, like, they all have different belts, and the older kids kind of know. The younger kids run into line, and then the helpers have to go, like, reorganize them all.
Oh my
It is
gosh.
so funny. And then Because my
They
son,
should put like lines, like a white line, a yellow line, or whatever, because it's by their belt color, right?
it is by their belt color. Like it, but then they can have stripes and stuff.
Oh,
It's
okay.
really just the left side of the line that can't figure it out.
It's the little ones that just started that don't know where they're supposed to
Well,
be.
and then so is Dallas's second class ever in karate. And the master goes, "Oh, do you know how to do blah, blah, blah?" My son shoots his hand straight up. He has never heard of this trick before in his life. And we're just dying laughing because we're like,
What's he gonna
what's
do?
he going to do?
Some roundhouse kick?
Yeah, the master was good because he had like 2 other kids do it before him. And then he's like, "Okay, Dallas." And then he did it because he
Okay.
watched the 2 other
Okay.
kids do it. But he just kept doing that. Like, he's like, "Oh, yeah, me." Like, he thinks he is a karate master.
Is it really karate or is it like
It's taekwondo.
Taekwondo. Okay.
Yep,
you
it's
should have him watching
taekwondo.
Bruce Lee movies.
I know they teach like a bunch of different.
Oh, he'd be going around the
disciplines.
house
No, he
like
does.
crazy.
He watches all the Karate Kid and stuff. He's nuts.
Do you think that's why he thinks he knows
does?
how to
He
do
thinks he knows.
Does he
how to
do the
it.
whole like, yeah?
No.
Well, that happened. Something similar happened when Sedona was little, like maybe 4, probably Dallas's age. And we had our group. We have stores in China, and they came over, and we had this fancy dinner for them.
It was
and they had
London.
an interpreter. Was it London? Interpreter, and so they were speaking Chinese, and then all of a sudden she looked at me. She said, "Mom, I can speak Chinese." I'm like, "Oh no, you can't." But she literally thought she could after listening to them. She's like, "Oh, I got this."
Yeah, no problem. No,
Like-
it was so cute. And then they he would tell them to do certain things, and he would sit and explain it for a while. And then when he would say like, "Okay, go," it would just like turn into mass chaos.
Like a race?
They were doing this like kick thing. Yeah, and they were supposed to go across the floor doing this kick thing. And he's like, "Okay, you're going to race across the floor and do the kicks as fast as you can." Every single child looked at him, and all they heard was race. And they
Just ran.
sprinted to the other side of the room. They're like bashing into each other and like falling over. It was great.
Nice.
It was very entertaining.
That is so funny. They're so cute
Okay,
at that
so
You
age.
bought Beanery Blend.
But
what
wondering what
other
other one-
regular? I mean, breakfast is similar.
So Beanery blends are house coffee, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of like your everyday, mellow, smooth, balanced coffee.
I think it's a little bit brighter than breakfast. I would say
Agreed.
breakfast is a little bit, I think even more smoother, kind of not smoky, but it's got a little more depth.
more
to
I'd
it.
body
almost
to
go
it.
espresso.
I was gonna say actually Kenyan because Kenyan has a lot of brightness
What
to
did
it.
I didn't see the
Yeah.
question. What does
He
it
said
say?
I bought the Beanery blend, but wondering what other regular type of coffee would you recommend? I love the
Oh.
flavor ones, of
I
course.
mean, if you haven't tried La Manita,
Lamanita is like all of
we're
our
gonna
favorite
recommend
coffees.
that
Our
all the
go-to.
time.
All of us.
And it really depends. Our espresso is fabulous coffee. It depends what you're looking for. You know, if you're looking for smoky or mocha java is wonderful.
Oh, mocha java is so good.
Guatemala is very
Yeah.
good, but it's going to have that grassy kind of earthy.
Mm-hmm.
Kenya is very good if you like bright, acidy, citrusy kind
Yes.
of coffee.
Yep. Some berry to it.
The Guatemalan, Beanery, Colombian, and French roast are available in K-cups.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. Just
Yeah,
those
try
4.
Bill, try the Guatemalan and K-cups. I think you might like that one. That one just
Yeah.
has such
The
a
French roast is good too.
Yeah, French
roast is
If
good.
you like dark though, and actually of our dark roast, the
Our
French
darks
roast is my
aren't dark,
favorite.
but they're not
Yeah.
really dark. I mean, everything we do is medium, maybe we don't truly dark roast anything except for maybe Pacific.
What she means is we don't burn our coffee.
Yes.
It's dark roasted. It brings out smoky flavors, but it's not burnt.
It's fully developed, and that's the
Yes.
problem. Is it's like you want your coffee fully developed. If you overdevelop it, then like Patty said, you're going to get those bitter,
yeah.
negative notes. So we fully develop it, and most coffees fully develop before it goes into like a true dark roast.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but French is good. Guatemalan I love. I don't like it for an everyday coffee personally.
I love
Just
the
do.
smell
because
of it.
I think it's, I just think it tastes different, but
It's
it's
super
very
healthy.
good.
You don't like tea. You don't like
No, it
probably
would
just
be more
not
like
a flavor
tea.
profile that you love.
Yeah.
I like it because it's so good and different, but I just, it wouldn't be my everyday go-to.
So last night, Stella had her last gymnastics. and my child is competitive.
And they do that little thing.
And so they do the final evaluation, and they tell them if they get to go to the next class or not.
And she's super young in her
She's
class.
super young in her class. Like a lot of the kids in her class are in 3rd grade.
Okay. And she's starting
6.
first.
She's going into 1st grade, so they'd be going to 4th grade.
Oh, yeah, that's a big difference.
And she got into the next level. She is so excited.
She's
like
got the little
so pumped.
physique too for a little gymnast.
Yeah,
so.
she gets to go up to intermediate.
Oh,
that's
so
cool.
cute.
And then they
so
get on this
funny.
little like podium
Yeah,
thing
they get
and
a
they get a
ribbon.
little ribbon and
Yeah, but I'm like, I had prepped her for not getting into the next class. I'm like, Stella, you
she's
are
so
6
young.
years old. Like, most people take this class 4 or 5 times. You are not getting into the next class.
aw.
And she's been practicing at home. She's trying to, like, watch me.
Oh, I need you to help Sedona. She was begging me to help her. She like blew up her mats and everything to go do a back walkover. And I was cleaning the house because
Stella said
someone's coming to clean the house today. So I had to clean the house last night.
Take your mat down.
Estelle said she couldn't do like just a back limber.
I have no idea what any of these things are.
Yeah.
I did not do dance
So
or
that's from
gymnastics.
step 1. Just from standing
I was
to a
just a
back
Girl
bend.
Scout.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I mean, she can learn it pretty quick.
So she was really close, and she said she was really close to an aerial at some point, but. And it's so hard when you
Aerials are
when you
so
start
tough
getting.
because
She's
it's like,
taller than me
You
now.
can be really close to your aerial forever.
Those are scary. I know what those
Most of
are.
it is literally just having the balls to do it.
Well, because
That's why, I've seen it where they put the thing on your waist, so you've got a helper.
yeah,
which
that's,
I think
it's
that would
kind
be-
of just like a crutch.
Well, 'cause
though.
it's
I
like
would do it though to get your mentally like, hey,
Yeah.
I
It's
can
kind
do
of like
this.
a backflip, kind of, right? Like
it's a cartwheel with
It's
no
a cart with
hands.
no
yeah,
hands.
yeah. But it looks like a flip in the air.
No, it looks like a
It
cartwheel
looks like
with
a
no
cartwheel.
hands.
You just don't put your hands down.
Yeah, they're
So
scary.
you've got to flip it over, but
Yeah.
you could totally hit your head.
Oh, every time I see somebody do them, because I've
I
seen
mean,
them done.
I'm
Like my
so
friends' daughters do them all
non-athletic
the
that
time.
way.
I would never attempt them. They scare the crap out of me. I think I'd bang my head on the floor.
I know, especially when they do them on the dance floors. It's not
Yes.
like mats or
No,
anything.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I was a chicken. I would get almost to the. I had it, and I would still be like
I
barely put my hand down.
Yeah.
I'm so non-athletic. I mean, I could barely. I mean, I can kind of do a round off, or once upon a time I could.
We definitely discussed my athletic prowess
I
and
don't
the
know.
fact that I
I've
don't
been doing
have it.
gymnastics
Yeah.
in the living room with Estelle, so.
I know you're so good.
But I'm like at the intermediate level of gymnastics now.
Well, you took it
Yeah.
9 hours a
Hey,
week.
Jen.
Yeah,
we're having
but
a party.
Then
It's
I
her
had
birthday.
to like roll it. Like
Happy
now
birthday.
at this age, I am not at that level anymore.
Oh man.
I know. I'm telling you, one of the saddest days in my life was when I went to shimmy up the side of the swing set bars at like a public place. You know how you just shimmy up the sides? Did
No,
you
I've
ever
never
do
done
that?
I don't know.
Oh, I just you head out to, but and then it gets smaller, so you got to shimmy up with your hands.
Never
I'm
did
not
that.
sure.
Oh, okay. I always did it, and then I'm like, I wasn't strong enough to do it.
Huh.
I was like, oh, what? What?
That's sad.
I don't think I ever had the upper body strength to do the monkey bars. Like,
Yeah.
I used to
Two.
be crazy. I'd
Nope.
I'd win the girls thing when you had to do the chin bar.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
I'd have
yeah,
to go
no.
against the boys to do the pull-ups.
I never wanted to be athletic. I never wanted to
we
try.
had a lot of really athletic girls in our class, but I would usually be like one of the top girls in all of those.
I wasn't
things.
athletic, but I was strong, I'll say. Well, I was teeny, too.
No, I
Yeah.
always got a pass for gym class. I'm like, I'm going to sit on the line today, Mrs. Dawson. My stomach hurts.
Oh,
Oh, that's why we did play broom ball. And do you know what broom ball is?
Nope.
No.
You play it's like hockey, but you use broomsticks.
What kind of ball is
okay.
it?
So,
Is it like a soccer ball?
no, it's like a puck,
Oh,
like a hockey
really?
puck.
Interesting.
So you
Used a
play
puck?
hockey.
Like on a
or
gym
like
floor?
used a little ball.
No, I think it was. Maybe
a
it was
flat
a
puck?
ball.
I think
I
it'd
don't
have
know.
to be a ball.
Yeah, because it seems like it wouldn't move, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a
Like
brooms.
broom.
We had brooms. I don't broom ball, but we would it'd take us half an hour to get ready to go play broom ball. So we'd be outside for like 5 minutes, and we're like, oh, we gotta go get ready for class now.
Oh
so
my gosh.
we
That's so
were
funny.
in the bathroom getting ready
That's
and
cute.
unready.
And then, then you have to change and shower
I
and
forgot
go
to
back
tell
to
you,
class.
Dallas started kinder camp yesterday.
How'd it go?
Super good. He's very excited about it.
Because kinder camp is like getting them ready to go to kindergarten.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. They did
Yeah.
he's going into young 5. So the couple weeks preceding school, we do the drop-off line.
Nice.
And then they go in and they like practice putting their stuff in their lockers and going to the bathroom and the
that's great.
lunchroom. I don't know what they do, but they
Yeah.
practice. And then
Yeah.
they practice pickup.
Yeah.
So that before all the kids get there, they kind of have like some knowledge
That
of
makes
the
a
school.
lot of sense.
Is the
That's
teacher
really nice.
involved in
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
His
their
actual
teachers
teacher?
are there.
Okay.
Yep, they
okay.
all have like classrooms. And I don't know if it'll be his teacher, but they
Okay.
have teachers
Yeah.
there. And then like he practices going to aftercare and getting picked up from there.
That's so smart.
But I'm asking him last night, and I'm like, how did it go? And he's like, good. And I'm like, did you make friends? Did you play with him? He's like, yeah, one kid. Do you know his name? No. And we're like, okay, what'd you do? And he goes, that thing that Blippi does? I'm like, what thing? He goes, don't know. Blippi does it. I'm just like, this is the worst description of your day ever.
I wish I'd give you the mic notes.
Put a camera, like one of those
Right?
cameras on
Yeah, so you can see what they
Blippi
do.
is
Blippi is
like- all
like
day.
a weird kid's cartoon. If you don't have,
I hear
Oh,
adults really
Blippi
like it
is-
though.
it's weird.
It is so
It's like
weird.
an
It
adult
reminds me
man.
of Blue's Clues, but 100 times worse.
I thought that was the
creepier.
one that people really liked. Isn't there a kids cartoon
No.
right now that people love?
I don't know. This is like a grown man like playing in the ball pit and like.
It was kind of cool, the bowling alley one, though, because he showed how the back of it works, where the pins
Oh,
go.
I would actually like
That
to
one
see
was-
how the
that
back of
one
the
was
bowling alley works.
interesting.
One time they like went to a sewer's and like built a backpack.
So
and
that's kind
stuff.
of like what Mr. Rogers used to do, right? Where he would like show
Yeah,
you
it's
how
kind
things
of
are
Blue's
made.
Clues and Mr. Rogers
Yeah.
smushed
Blippi.
together.
Yeah.
Blippi is, he's odd.
he,
like-
yeah.
I think he's going to be in the
My
Pee Wee
kid-
Herman
Oh,
category
kids-
someday.
Hey, Pee Wee Herman
I
just
know.
died. Did you hear
He
that?
did.
Bless him.
70.
Yeah.
70. Yeah, and it's so annoying. And the kids are like, Blippi, we want to watch Blippi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love that how that was his description. Couldn't tell me anything else except that
Blippi
Blippi
did
does
it.
it. I'm like, cool.
I love little kids.
Cool.
Now that my kids are older, it's like, man, like some of the little things that you tell me your kids do, I'm like, oh, I miss that, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
And you have grandkids.
oh my
You
God,
get
I don't
to do
have
it
grandkids.
again.
I don't have grandkids yet. Better not have
she said
grandkids yet.
when
Yeah.
you have
When
yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
When
When I
you
do.
do.
Yeah.
Then you get to.
I think
Oh.
that's what
and
it
you
makes
get to
it
give
so you
them
miss
back.
it, and then you have them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you miss having the little ones, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I never kind of went through that, but
Yeah.
You still have a young one.
Yes.
She's getting older though.
oh yeah,
Yeah, but they're such like teenagers now, you know, like they just want to be on their
Oh,
phone.
she's in her
and make
room with her
TikToks and-
friends.
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me. Like, they video chat each other for no reason.
right.
Oh.
Or
Like, they just stay on video chat with
Yeah.
each other for like hours.
And they
Yeah.
barely like talk to each other while they're videoing.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
bizarre.
She came in my
and, like,
office one day and she had her friend on, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that you had somebody.
and they'll be in like group chats, and then they're like, "Oh, mom, say hi to my friends."
But
And
then on the other hand,
Oh.
like, I was always over at Bryn's doing homework, or
Yeah.
like they don't. It doesn't seem like they do that as
No,
much.
no.
So it's kind of like sitting in a room with somebody doing
I
stuff.
like the random pictures of their faces they take and snap each other. Like you get like this piece of their face and they just like snap it and send it to their friends. I'm like, why does somebody want to see the upper
like, why
right
does
side of your face?
anybody-
okay,
Hear
to be
about
fair,
this.
we've done that before.
They do it all the time though.
I do not do that.
I have some
I'm gonna
really
start doing
crazy faces that I know I sent, especially after
She's
working
probably
out.
the only. Oh yeah, we did used to take workout selfies to prove
Yeah.
that we did work out. Now we just work out together and at lunch, and that makes it easier. The other day when I told you I'm not going to work out today, and you had to leave, and Brittany came, she's like, I'm going to work out. I said, I'm just too tired. She says, I'm tired too, but I'm going to do it. I'm like,
I said I'm gonna pick an easy one.
and so I said, all right, if you're doing that, and I got my water, and I went upstairs, and I did the workout.
I figured I'd
Good.
rather
Yes.
pick an easy one and work out than not
Than
work
not
out
do
at
it.
all.
And I did.
Yeah, that legs and
Yeah.
abs on Friday. was 107, I think.
Oh yeah,
upstairs.
you
It was
hit
so
a wall.
hot.
I had biceps
yeah,
and abs
yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, we don't have air upstairs, so when we work
It's
out, it's a lot.
Like
I
regardless,
think we
it's
just
like
need a fan.
15 degrees hotter just
Yeah.
walking up there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All the heat just rises right up there.
Yeah, and the roaster's right nearby, so you've got the heat from the roaster too. So it is a little hotter.
But we're doing it.
I thought the other day though, after like both of you guys kind of hit the wall and didn't feel good, I said, "Man, I don't know that we could do hot yoga." Have you guys ever done hot
I
yoga?
couldn't do hot
I would
yoga.
I
hate
did
it.
it one time with my
No,
friend
I'd be
Denise,
so sick.
and I have never like I remember coming home and like taking my shirt off and just like wringing it out, and I was like, I have never sweated like this in my life.
I just
This
don't
is
like to be that
horrific.
hot.
I don't
It's-
like to be that hot either.
No.
I don't think that the Lord wants us to be that hot.
I think it's, yeah, I don't think it's good.
I get some people are like, oh, it detoxifies and purifies. It's not for me. It's not for you.
I I mean, great if you like to do that. Not my jam.
Not my
I don't want to
jam.
be all
Yoga
sticky
was
and
hard
sweaty.
enough without it being hot.
We used to do yoga a lot. I really did. I
It's
missed
funny though how
that.
people think yoga is really easy, and it's not really
Well,
easy.
there are, like, we would go
depends
to
which
a
one you do.
stretching class on, like, Sundays
Yeah.
that was super mellow,
Yeah.
easy, and nice.
Yeah.
And then,
Remember when we went to the hard one and we didn't know it?
yeah, the instructor looked at us both and goes, have you ever done this class before?
Was it vinyasa?
Maybe it was vinyasa, yeah.
Ashtanga or
I don't know. It was the harder one. And she was like, okay, well, if you can't keep up, just go in a child's pose. Like, no shame, kind of. And just kind of gave us
our
some warning.
second class.
It was our second class ever. And thank God for warning a little bit, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys
She's
are just
like,
in
"You'll
child
be
pose.
fine."
that
just
one I
go to child's
loved, that
pose when you need
blonde
to.
with that sweet, soft
yeah.
voice. I
She
really
was
liked
great.
her a lot.
And then she had fun
She had
music.
great music.
Yeah.
So you guys just spent the whole class in child's pose, huh?
No.
No,
we did pretty good.
But
Okay.
she would hold stuff really, really long, and then she'd do a lot of free flow stuff. Like she'd
Oh.
show you stuff, and then you just kept doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And
you
then
probably
doing
remember
whatever.
what order to do it
So-
in. You know?
I know Catherine was the one that we had the most. And then there was the one that had, like, the hairless dog.
Oh, those are.
Remember that?
I've only seen hairless cats.
She
I don't
was
think I've seen a
mostly like
hairless
on the
dog.
weekends. She had like a gothy kind of vibe.
Oh,
and
Did
she
she
was
bring
like
her dog?
a little bit eclectic. And yeah, one time she brought her dog and it was hairless.
I've never
It was
seen
pretty
one of
cool.
those. Because I've only seen hairless cats. I didn't know
We
they had
liked her
hairless
classes
dogs.
too. They were different. I kind of liked everybody's classes because
It
they were
was nice.
different.
It kept it fresh.
Yeah.
I
for
went
sure.
to one time though, and it was a different teacher, and she was like, she did a foot class, and it. I mean, this is so weird. The whole thing was like sitting and stretching your feet, and I was like, okay, like thread your fingers through your toes. I'm like, I don't really want to
We
do
would
that. Well, and to me, it was like I wasted a workout. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't want to just like play with my feet all class long. You know.
I like some of the stretching ones,
weird.
but remember, do you know what I'm going
I
to
know.
say?
Should we say it though?
I don't know.
I
Well,
don't
you've already
know.
started it. Yeah,
We
so-
went to one class, and
It was terrible.
it was really bad.
We already were kind of in like one of those like weird hypery moods.
Yeah, you know, when you're just in a giggly mood anyway. But then the instructor went up, and this is no disrespect because it was just the frame of mind we were in.
And we'd had her class before, so I don't know like
I
what
don't understand.
I don't know if
happened
I've heard this
day.
story.
But she had a lisp,
Yeah.
Okay.
It was bad.
and she just said "for" all the time. Or what did she keep saying?
I
all
don't
the
know.
time?
It was
She kept saying the same word all the time.
but it was terrible because whatever she said, and then we caught eyes, and then it was just we were
just
in
had
bad shape from
Oh,
there.
man.
Have you ever done? I've done this very inappropriately at times, like even at a dinner, and you just and you get this giggle fest, and so we're giggling,
But
trying
then
very
other
hard not to
people started
giggle,
giggling,
and then it
was-
just spread, and
At least
so
you weren't at a funeral.
and it wasn't really even about that.
no,
Yeah.
it was just. I think she said something weird, like it was not like a forest. She said something weird, and it just we looked at each other, and then we did apologize.
And we were there with another
Yeah, somebody
couple
else. So we
people.
were all just a giggle. And I said, I'm sorry, we usually have to be separated.
which is true.
Because we just, like, weird stuff happens when you're doing yoga. So,
Well, we either have to be separated or put at the kids' table.
Yeah. Makes
Whatever.
sense. Makes sense.
Whatever.
but I felt bad because it was not about it. And I didn't want her to think that was what it was about.
Oh, my
is
gosh.
what we felt bad about.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
trying to
days-
remember who we were even there with. It was like
I don't
somebody
know
else
because
and
it's
their
a different
mom.
place.
Was it? No, it wasn't Bryn.
Yeah, I felt like it might have been Bryn.
Really? But
Or,
was Goldie doing yoga with us too?
I don't think I've
No?
ever done yoga with Goldie.
I don't remember.
I don't
it was
remember.
a long time
It
ago.
was. I just remember feeling bad. It's like, no, it's not because of that. We're just.
Some days you're
idiots.
just slap happy and are just giggling
Oh,
anyways. You're like, oh my
yeah.
God, don't put me in front of
On
people.
my 16th birthday, my parents took me to a very fancy restaurant, and my mom got fish, and it had eyes. And the minute they served that fish, I just couldn't believe it, and we just started laughing till we're crying. And it's a very fancy restaurant, and my dad was so embarrassed by us.
Why do they have eyes
We
though?
did-
Wouldn't you
so
normally remove the eyes?
One time,
I would think. I'd never seen anything
Gross.
like that. It was
Gross.
disgusting.
Courtney and I were in class, and this girl started choking. And I honestly, at first, didn't realize she was actually choking.
Yeah.
And it sounded so ridiculous that we just started dying laughing. And then it turned, like, we felt so bad. But it was like,
when you don't
I
realize,
didn't realize she was actually choking at first.
Somebody had
like,
to give her the Heimlich. Was she okay?
yeah, like, it was like, you know, when you, like, kind of do that, like, choky thing, but you're, like, fine. And it
like you're
just
drinking
sounds
water.
so
Yeah.
ridiculous,
Yeah.
you know? But then she was, like, actually choking. We're like, oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah, there are those moments. I remember Branson playing roller hockey. He was really little, and all of a sudden he just fell to the ground. And I said, I remember just going, "Oh my gosh, it looks like he's dead." And then he didn't move, and then it really scared. Then I'm just like, "What did I just say?"
my gosh.
But he had got knocked out.
Oh wow! Like maybe the
That's
wind knocked out of
scary.
him, or did somebody hit him?
No, like just knocked out because he got hit. Yeah.
Oh wow!
But and then they got him, and then he woke up.
That's so
and-
scary.
wow.
But
Looks like
after I
he's
said, I'm like,
dead.
"Oh my gosh, it looks like he's dead," and then he didn't move, and I'm like, "Oh."
Sometimes it like she'll just look so ridiculous. I think your brain can't even process
Yeah.
what happened.
I
Yeah.
think that happens where it's
Yeah.
like you won't
Admit
do it.
Yeah.
I know when Houston almost drowned when he was little on that Little Tykes pool. I was like 2 steps away from him, and he was so little, and he bent over the pool, and it was hard edged, and his head was in the water, but his body was out, like he was
Yeah.
just bent in half.
Yeah.
And the other kids were laughing at him because it looked ridiculous, like lift your head out of the water.
Yeah.
And he couldn't because your heads are really heavy when you're
Yeah.
little like that. And so I'm like, no, he's drowning. And, you know, I got to him and got him out.
Was he, like,
But
sputtering
I'm like,
and stuff?
that's why kids can drown in a bucket.
Yeah.
I saw it. It looked ridiculous. Like, just pick your head up.
Yeah.
But their heads are too heavy for their body.
Oh, it's
That's
scary.
crazy.
Which is weird. It's like,
Toddlers are
even if you went
terrifying.
to your knees, you'd be able to probably do it.
Yeah.
But
they probably
kids
don't even
drown
think
where
that.
they can
Yeah.
touch.
Well,
Because
I
get-
kind of always think that like their body proportions, especially watching my kids do sports and stuff. It's like when they have to step up on a block. Well, that block is up to their knee.
Yeah.
If we tried to step up on a block
Right.
that was that high, that would be
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
Right.
But we're expecting them to do it like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like just their proportions aren't
so
quite
different.
right yet.
And
No.
for even worse, for like dogs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Jumping on a couch, it's like jumping something that's twice as tall
Right.
as you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Like the
is.
box jumping, but
The
for
weird
dogs.
stuff
Yeah.
I
We
think
have
about
just
on a
now
daily.
rambled for 37 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so we should go
probably
back
get
to work.
Back to
We're gonna get
pulling
your orders out today. Yeah.
So,
So
if
we
you
can
haven't
get your
gotten your
orders.
orders in, you've got today and tomorrow, and then that sale ends.
Yep.
So
And there
I would
won't
definitely
be,
get them
there'll
in.
be a slight smaller one at the end of the month, but
And
not
then-
30%.
And then like fun like mystery
Oh.
sales in between.
And we do. I haven't picked a winner yet on the VIP Coffee Beanery page, so go over there and enter, and I'll pick one in the next day or so.
Birthday giveaway.
Yeah.
Lots of freebies.
Yes. Yay.
Yay. So thank you for celebrating our birthday with us.